So, sir, it's 3, 2, 1. We are live to the audience. We can start this program. Over to you, sir.
Good morning, friends. This is Arpan Kumar Paul welcoming you to Life Pharma Coalition. Today is LPC 147, our global journey in quest of our leaders who are spread across the length and breadth of the globe and bringing glory to our country. It is said that technology can either be a bane or a boon. We have seen both the sides of the coin as far as technology is concerned. In fact, internet initially said that it's a time saver, but the big question is, does it really save time? Well, there's a very famous person known as Mr. Daniel Goleman, who is a psychologist. In fact, he is the writer of the book Emotional Intelligence. And one of the most important things that he focuses nowadays is the loss of concentration of people as far as listening is concerned. So the more we are advancing with technology, probably our attention span is decreasing and decreasing. And nowadays, it is not known as continued attention, but it is known as intermittent attention that we are nowadays giving. We remember that in school or college, we had a period of 40 to 45 minutes. But nowadays, it is seen that students are not able to concentrate for anything beyond 10 minutes. What they now require is not only information, but entertainment wrapped with it. So the new term that has been coined is infotainment as far as sharing information is concerned. So that not only are we delivering information to the audience, but it needs to be wrapped with entertainment so that it becomes more and more interesting and we can actually keep the attention span of our audience to whatever subject we are delivering. At LPC, when we had initially started during the COVID times, we had sessions which were more than 2 hours time. But gradually we realized that we are actually not giving the audience enough attention span because of the lengthier sessions. So then we decided that we need to cut short on the time that we are keeping our audience glued to our session. So gradually we have brought this down to around 1 hour or 1 hour 15 minutes. And today, in fact, we are not going for any slide presentation. Rather, our speakers who are based at Madagascar or looking into the pharmaceutical markets of this wonderful island of Africa, they are going to have a one-to-one question answer sessions so that we can keep our audience engaged and make this session more engaging, at the same time more insightful. But before going through that, let me take you through the journey of LPC so far. So welcome to Life Pharma Coalition, which is a global knowledge and networking forum for the pharmaceutical professionals. We were really proud to be able to receive the Pharma Ratna Universe 2022 award for the best healthcare webinar of the year. And it wouldn't have been possible without the support of our big audience team, our speakers, our moderators, our panelists, and lot of our mentors and well-wishers who have always encouraged in the journey of learning and sharing. This total LPC is possible because of a strong executive team. At the same time, the support of our mentors and advisors who are always open to sharing ideas and giving suggestions to all of us. Well, when COVID started reducing, it opened the floodgates for physical meet. And the first physical meet was LPC 100 Conclave at Mumbai, which was on 17th of March 2022. Thank you so much to all our supporters, the audience and the participants for the overwhelming support that you had given to LPC 100 Conclave at Mumbai. The second physical session was LPC Conclave 125, which was at Ahmedabad. And the theme was redefining innovation across pharmaceuticals. So thank you once again to our mentors, our audience, our moderators, panelists, and every participant who gave their wholehearted support for the success of LPC Pharma Conclave 125. Our third physical event was LPC Pharma Conclave 3.0, which was in association with SIES School of Business Studies, Navi Mumbai, and our theme was redefining innovation across pharmaceutical. So this time we had the privilege of not only having the entire pharma fraternity with us, but we also had some great students from SIES School of Business Studies, Mumbai, who were all budding leaders or tomorrow's leaders or the future leaders for the pharmaceutical industry. And what next? Well, now we are heading for the city of the Nizam, that is Hyderabad, that is LPC 150 conclave on Sunday, the 12th of March, 2023. And what do we have for that? Well, it has got keynote speech, it has got interactive panel discussion, networking, which I always consider the biggest net worth of a person in today's changing market dynamics. Well, there is poster presentation and felicitation. So for registration and collaboration for LPC 150 conclave at Hyderabad, please get in touch with Mr. Yashwant Mishra, Mr. ICS Verma, or even me for any other information. Well, this journey of LPC wouldn't have been possible without the support of Imagica Health. And Imagica Health, in a nutshell, explores the intersection between design, digital health technology, and content marketing for the leading brands, because they have an ex-marketeer-led team of medical writers, graphic designers, teamers, coders who serve the pharmaceutical for bettering customer engagement, bringing patient centricity, improving control on the sales team, and increasing the return on investment for various marketing campaigns. Thank you so much, Imagica Health, for being such a wonderful support for our learning endeavor. And we look forward to you for your continued support in the times to come. Well, today, as I said, LPC 147 is global. And today we are concentrating on Madagascar, an island of unlimited opportunities. And to throw more light on the pharmaceutical market of Madagascar, today we have Mr. Shailesh Kapadia as our first speaker, who is the Director of Sun Technicals, Canada and Madagascar. Along with him, we also have Mr. Nimish Bhatnagar, who is AGM Microlabs, Madagascar. I have been ably supported by Mr. Praveen Kumar Pandey, who is AGM International Business Greycure Pharmaceuticals. So please don't go away anywhere, because today we are going to have an excellent session of learning about international marketing and international regulatory from some of the best names in international pharmaceutical market on LPC 147. So to give a brief introduction of our speakers, so first I would request Mr. Praveen Pandey to introduce Mr. Nimish Bhatnagar. So Praveenji, over to you for an introduction of Mr. Nimish Bhatnagar.
Thank you, Mr. Arpan. Warm welcome and good morning to all speakers and viewers. As in heading only itself, it's an island of opportunities, right? Wherever opportunities come, challenges are always there. We are going to understand opportunities as well as the challenges of that island, Madagascar. Madagascar is the part of Africa only. It's a group of island, which is one of the biggest is called as Madagascar. And to understand one market, we always approach to local expertise who can share loopholes and positive things as well as challenges of the market. So here we have two speakers, and it's my privilege to introduce Mr. Nimish Bhatnagar, who is having over 25 years experience in pharmaceutical industry. He started his career as a medical representative with WARE in 1997 at Lucknow headquarters, which is the part of as well as capital of Uttar Pradesh. He has worked with many companies in India. The biggest is Elder and Torrent, with his various capacity as area manager, regional business manager, and after that he entered in international market located at DRC as a national sales manager in 2012, almost 11 years back. 8 years back in 2015, he joined as a country manager for Madagascar, where he locally based at present. And presently he has been assigned as assistant general manager looking after Madagascar, DRC and Angola. Mr. Nimesh is having two beautiful princes, and apart from pharma selling, Mr. Nimesh is passionate photographer. Also, he shoots for pleasure. So, welcome, Mr. Nimesh. Mr. Arpan, up to you.
Yes,
Thank you very
thank you
much.
so much,
Thank you.
Praveenji, for the wonderful introduction of Mr. Nimish Bhatnagar. In fact, yes, thank you so much, Nimishji, for gracing the LPC platform with your wonderful thoughts, ideas, and insights. And I'm very sure that our audience are going to be deeply informed about the different markets as far as Madagascar is concerned, and the marketing as well as the regulatory affairs that we need to know before venturing into the wonderful island that is Madagascar of unlimited opportunities. Well, now I will take the privilege of introducing our second speaker, Mr. Shailesh Kapadia. In fact, he's a name who is very known to all of us because he has been on this platform before also. So let me still give a very formal introduction because Shailesh ji comes from a very, very humble background and started his career as a medical representative and has risen from the ranks. And he started his career with Sarabhai Chemicals, which was later rechristened into Nicholas Piramal. And he became area manager with Ipca Labs and was based at Rajkot in Gujarat. And he later became regional manager at Merck in Ahmedabad, and he was covering entire Gujarat. Well, his international journey started from 2011 as a country manager for Intus Pharmaceuticals at Kenya. In 2013 to 18, rather between 2013 to 18, he became the OFAM Madagascar, the highest, the biggest distributor in case of Madagascar. Now in 2018, from Madagascar, he made a shift to Canada. And between 2019 to 2021, he was business development manager of calcium pharmaceuticals in Ottawa at Canada. In 2021, he made a shift and created Sun Technicals, a pharmaceutical consultancy company in Canada, to assist pharmaceutical companies to establish the business in the region. And he works closely with government agencies in France, French African countries, Madagascar, Mauritius, Comoros Islands, and Seychelles. And he's currently working as a director of Sun Technicals Limited. And he has been associated with various associations for promotion of business in the African continent. That is the CanChem, that is Chamber of Commerce of Canada in Madagascar. So on behalf of LPC, I take the privilege of welcoming Mr. Shailesh Kapadia to LPC 147. And I'm sure his ideas and insights are definitely going to help a lot of international aspirants as far as pharmaceutical industry is concerned, who want to venture into the African markets. So welcome, Shailesh ji. And now over to Praveen ji, because we are going to have a total Q&A session. So we are going to be on screen totally without any sort of break. So this is not going to be intermittent attention, but this is going to be continuous attention to LPC 147. So Praveen ji, you start with your questions with Shailesh ji. Over to you.
Thank you. Whenever we have planned to eat some food, we need basic things first. If we have to make chapatis, rotis, so we have to find where is flour, where is gas, then tawa and many things. With the same thing, if we have to start any business in any market, so first we have to understand about regulatory things. Regulatory related could be dossier related, bioequivalence related, GMP related. So the biggest thing is GMP. If GMP is fine, then people think about dossier. So we would like to understand GMP requirements of Madagascar. Is it is same like other in African countries, or as Mr. Sales has been based in Canada also? So we would like to understand differentials also in Latin. But definitely in initial, we would like to know the GMP requirement of Madagascar to initiate any registration process or business.
Yeah, thanks LPC, thanks Arpan, thanks Praveen for giving this wonderful opportunity to share some of the insights on the Madagascar market. In fact, unlike most of the countries, regulatory is the backbone of any pharmaceutical industry. So that is the first stepping stone to enter the country. when it comes to Madagascar, so it's a very special country. Most of pharma fraternity considered Madagascar as a part of Francophone colonies of country or French African countries, where it is not the case. This is entirely a special country in terms of everything. Maybe from species, maybe from insects, maybe from reptiles, maybe from the people also. So it is entirely very, very, very unique island country. So it's like I cannot compare Madagascar with any other country in a way. So similarly for the pharmaceutical business, pharmaceutical regulatory aspects too. So normally, unlike in French Africa or in any other country now where the shift is visible for accepting the CTD doses, a company who is having just a simple GMP certificate, a valid manufacturing license, COPP, and free sale certificate can register their product in Madagascar. Number two, there is no plant inspection, unlike some African countries like Kenya or Tanzania or Uganda or Ethiopia or any other country. So that is another beauty of this country. So yes, the GMP requirements are very, very simple. Just have a plant which is approved by local FDA. That's it. That's the only requirement to enter Madagascar.
Thank you. I think most of the viewers have rose their ears and toes to initiate instant business in Madagascar, and because GMP has really less requirement till now. So if they are very fine with this GMP process, so how much generally time takes to register any product once we are submitting dossier, and what is the fee structure for that market?
Valid question. Normally, if the doses, so let be very clear. So as of today, the regulatory guidelines is country specific. That means Madagascar have their own set of guidelines for the documentation which is required for submitting. But effective from July, they are going to shift to a CTD dossier, which will be implemented soon. Regarding the fee structure and the timelines, so if the doses are okay in terms of the documentations, once you submit the dossier, it may take somewhere from 8 to 10 months to get the marketing authorization. Today, if you see the fee structure, I think that will be one of the cheapest one across Africa. Even today, it is costing just 200 euros to get a valid registration. And that even the validity of this registration or marketing authorization is for 5 years. That means if you divide, so in 40 euros, you can commercialize your product in Madagascar. So that is the beauty of this country, that with the cheapest investment, with the minimal investment, you can enter this country.
I think we have understood bit about investment, GMP, and dossier. So we should take some questions from related with business and market. Now I'll just over to Mr. Arpan.
Yeah, thank you so much, Praveen ji. In fact, Shailesh ji said something very interesting, that Madagascar being so close to Africa and being under Africa is very different from Africa as far as the pharma market is concerned. So I would rather pose a question to Nimish Bhatnagar ji, that how pharmaceutical market is different in this island of Madagascar as compared to the rest of Africa. Kindly unmute, Nimish ji.
Sorry. Thank you very much, and very good morning to all of you. And thank you very much, Mr. Arpan, and thank you very much, Mr. Praveen, for giving this opportunity to present Madagascar. Now, Madagascar, if we think about Madagascar, the first thing which comes to our mind is the animation film. And most of the people associate Madagascar with that animation film only. Now, but Madagascar is a very unique country, as stated by Mr. Shailesh also. Before going to your question, Arpanji, I would like to tell something about Madagascar. Actually,
Please.
Madagascar, as you said, it's a part of Africa, but it got separated from Africa 400 million years ago. And because of this separation, the flora, fauna, and everything about Madagascar is entirely unique. You will be surprised to know that around 90% of the flora and fauna of Madagascar is endemic to Madagascar only, not found anywhere in the world.
Okay.
Same is the, yeah. And even the people, even the population of Madagascar is not like any other African country. Their facial features, their way of speaking, everything about Madagascar is different from Africa. Yes, geographically we are in Africa. Now, coming to your question, could you please elaborate again on the question which you had asked, Arpanji?
Yeah, definitely. See, I love the mention of the flora and the fauna. In fact, it takes us back to that beautiful ecosystem that Madagascar still is conserving. Because like you said, most of these are not found anywhere else in this world other than Madagascar. So definitely the aquatic beauty of Madagascar is something the entire world is going to look after. Yes, what my question was that, like you said, that the Homo sapiens, as far as Africa is concerned, is different from the Homo sapiens as far as Madagascar is concerned. So I wanted to really take your attention to the fact that what basically is the difference in marketing in Africa as compared to Madagascar.
Okay, Madagascar, as I told earlier, also it is a francophone country. It was a colony of French. Most of the industry confuses the market with the francophone market. They think that the market of Madagascar is like French West Africa, but this is not the case. This is definitely not the case because it's a different market altogether. Here, what you can do is that there is this market is a dual market as such. You can import the products directly from the country of the origin, or you can have the platforms like Epidays and Planet Pharma, TAD, etc. And so this market is a mix of both.
Just I have one question related with this.
Yes.
As you said, it's a francophone colony. So, if we'll go with French West Africa, if we have to register any product, generally it has to come through France. Then you can, process the documentation. Anything related with Madagascar also, or no, just people are colonial, but the process is direct from India or China directly. They can go to register in Madagascar.
Good question. In fact, as far as registration is concerned, no product can be registered in Madagascar if it is not available in France or in Europe. So this I'm talking about the registration part. I'm not talking about the marketing part. Now, when the product is registered, then anybody and everybody can market product here in Madagascar. There is no compulsion of having any specific distributor, or you have to tie up with a promotional agency. It is not like that. You can have your own marketing team, and you can start your marketing.
Great. So I think it's time I can squeeze in one more question to Nimish ji. There is another wonderful island of fantasy starting with M, that is Mauritius. That also with M, because Madagascar and Mauritius. Now, does Madagascar actually offer some low-hanging fruits to the pharma companies that Madagascar always remains the first priority as far as doing pharma businesses concerned as compared to Mauritius? So any specific reason behind that?
Arpanji, in fact, this is the question is the other way around. Actually, the reality is other way around. Madagascar, it is not Madagascar which has been favored by the industry. It is Mauritius which is favored by the industry as such. Because if you see the presence of the companies in Mauritius, it is far more than in Madagascar. You see, if you consider the presence of Indian pharmaceutical companies in Madagascar, you can count on the fingers of even one hand. But it is not the case with Mauritius. Mauritius, practically, it is the second richest country in Africa in terms of GDP, which is approximately 24,000 US dollars. As compared to Madagascar, Madagascar is not even 10% of that GDP. So GDP per capita. So this is a misnomer that Madagascar is favored by the industry.
Right. That
So,
means that this is a myth, not a fact. It's a myth, not a fact.
Yes. Now, there is a limitation with Mauritius. Yes, Mauritius is one of the richest countries of Africa, but the major limitation is the population. Actually, the population of Mauritius is 1.3 million only. As compared to Madagascar, it is 29 million, growing as we are talking. So it is, and there is an estimate that in 2030, it will be more than 35 million. So, and I would like to add one more thing, that more than 50% of the population is in the bracket of 0 to 14 years. So by the time we reach 2030, you can imagine the kind of young population in Madagascar. So this is a difference between Madagascar and Mauritius. So Madagascar does present a lot of growth opportunities for our industry.
Fantastic. And I love the mention of this population of who are right now 14. In 2030, they will all be 21 plus. So that means a young population means the economy of the country also rises manifold. So that's even a very good sign as far as pharmaceutical industry is concerned, because these are the people who will have a high disposable income, and definitely the more number of people, so the buying capacity as far as medicines are concerned is also going to be high. So definitely Madagascar offers all pharma companies a wonderful market for the offering. Now I think I should go to Praveenji, because he might be having some more regulatory questions for Shaileshji. Over to you, Praveenji.
Yeah, thank you once again. Actually, session is going very interesting. Many things even we are not aware, like Mr. Nimesh has just discussed about myths and facts. The true fact is that even I was thinking Madagascar is more easier than Mauritius. But yes, being a pharmaceutical business manager or business development manager, will look two things always, of course, per capita GDP, and third, population. If one country is having just 100 people staying and they are very rich, that is one part. But another, if any other country where 10,000 people are there but GDP is still low, being a business development manager, first I will jump to the highly populated area. So I understood the reason also, and hope our viewers also understand why Madagascar is still in priority. And the fact it's not priority, it has been declared for both the countries. So thank you so much, Nimesh sir. Here we'll again ask one regulatory related thing, like as GMP is not much requirement, that could be managed with COPP, FSC, and local GMP. But still, if any plant is having EU GMP or US FDA or WHO Geneva approval, and the dossier is with European standard or US standard, so in such situation, is that possible to get a product get registered faster than normal CTD?
Yeah, good question, Pravinji. In fact, there's two way to address this question. Number one, what is the origin of country? Okay, let's say Indian companies, let's we talk from the Indian perspective, that okay, Indian company having a US FDA or EU GMP approvals. Having said that, it will never have a advantage of getting the faster registration. The only key to get faster registration is that number one, it should be available, it should be registered in France. Number two, the product should be available in certain European countries, and then we can augment our dossier with the Ministry of Health that, okay, since we are available in France, we are available in European countries, why not we have a priority in terms of registration? Secondly, there's another way around. Let's say a European company who is operating in across the Europe. Yes, they have a very high opportunity of getting the faster registration with the minimal sets of documents. And in that case, also where the timelines of instead of waiting for 8 to 10 months, it might reduce to minimum 3 to 6 months. So yes, it has an advantage of being a European company rather than being an Indian company. So irrespective whether you are EU, FDA or whatever strict regulatory bodies are there, approvals, it never have the weightage on your registration timelines.
Sir, one gentleman has asked just this type of related questions only, and I think I should opt that first.
Yeah.
As you said, the product which is registered in Europe, here he is asking just related with the same. Any referral country product can be taken up for registration. That could be from Australia, even Canada, US part. He is mentioning Latin America also. Europe
Okay.
already you have cleared, like a product is registered. So what is the other part? If it is registered in Australia, in Latam, like Brazil, Mexico, Colombia, these three countries we can take, and Australia.
Okay, so there are two ways to answer this. Number one, if the country falls under the ICH list of countries, that means US, Canada, Australia, Germany. If ICH approved product, yes, there is a faster way. But Mexico or Colombia or certain Latin American countries doesn't fall under the ICH list of countries. Henceforth, the dossier from this country or the product, even if it registered in this country, will be taken as a normal registration. So if it is purely from ICH countries, yes, there is a faster way. But if it is not, apart from the listed ICH countries, then there is a year to wait. That's I mean, they will consider a normal dossier.
Right, sir. We are getting very good information on regulatory requirements, and the parallel we should think about market also. So it's up to Mr. Arpan so that we can get some more information parallel about business market opportunities. Mr. Arpan,
Yes, thank you so much, Pravinji. In fact, yes, when we think of business models in Africa or any other international destination, there are two ways of doing it, either by import or by directly operating the business from there. So I will request Nimishji to throw some light on the fact that in Madagascar, what is the business model that should be followed? Should it be import related or should it be setting up operations out there? You're on mute, sir. Please unmute.
Sorry. It's a very pertinent question because it all depends upon the company. It all depends upon the individual choice. Now, in both ways, you can do your things, do your business. Like you can appoint a distributor, and you can do the things on the distribution channel through the distributor channel. Now, you can set up your own marketing team as well, and you can do like that. In fact, this is what we are doing, like in Microlabs, in various companies which are present here, like Microlabs, Cipla, Ajanta, IPCA, MacLeod. They all have their own team. Teams. So they are marketing on their own. But there are other companies also which are giving their products directly to the distributor, and they are using the distributor's infrastructure to market their products.
Great. So this brings me to the leading question. That is, do you think that Madagascar is a price-sensitive market? Because is it the price war that is the only thing that we need, or do you think that we also need to have some promotional campaigns, that is marketing promotional campaigns, or is it the price war that we fight, that giving a lesser price, pushing the product and selling it? So which one do you think would be a better option as far as doing business, pharma business in Madagascar is concerned?
Look, Madagascar, yes, Madagascar is one of the poorest countries in the world, with a with an income of less than $2 per day per capita. Now, having said that, yes, price is a very important price plays a very important role in determining which product sells. Yes. At the same time, I would like to say that Madagascar is a prescription-driven market. Now, if you are having good marketing inputs, you are having good marketing team, you are having good people on the field, the doctors are interested in writing good products. Yes, majority of the population prefers the generic products based on the price things. But I would say that if you are having good team on the field, if you are having good marketing strategies, your products, you can really build up your brands, because Madagascar is a country which likes the brands. There are many brands which are running here since long time. So I think this answers your questions, that it is not only the price, it is the quality also that matters here in Madagascar. Quality of marketing, quality of products, everything about quality, it matters in Madagascar.
Wonderful. That means it's not exactly a price-sensitive market, rather quality plays a major role as far as enticing doctors are concerned to prescribe. That means we need to have good marketing muscles. We need to have a great marketing and sales team out there so that we can go all out. And with a quality product, definitely we can capture a good amount of market as far as Madagascar is concerned. Wonderful.
Absolutely.
So now it's once again back to Praveen ji, if he has some regulatory questions for Shailesh ji.
Actually, of course, I have one question for regulatory related, but I'll jump to business ones, because one gentleman is again asking about some, he's based in Africa and he's willing to know, like other countries who are supporting, government is supporting with government insurance plan. Is there some existence in Madagascar, or the government has any plan to get? How business is disturbed or benefited with this plan, if it is available?
Insurance plan, government insurance plan is non-existent here in Madagascar. Actually, even although nominal, but even government hospitals are charging fees for the consultation. So it can present a good opportunity for our pharma industry, that there is no insurance plans as such. The people pay from their own pocket.
That is great. Being a business manager, definitely I should be happy. Being a frequent continental person, I should be think about insurance should be. So thank you so much.
No. Having said that, Praveen ji, having said that, there are private insurance also. You can always go in for that. One. Second thing is that the corporate company, the corporates also provide insurance to their employees. So as you asked about the government insurance plans, it is not non-existent, but yes, private players as well as corporate insurance is there.
That is there. Agreed.
Yes,
okay.
yes.
Here we have one more question related with regulatory. That whenever we're going with oral solid products in any market, so definitely we look for B bioequivalence, BW, or something related with that. So it is just, for example, we would like to understand if someone is willing to take rosuvastatin 10 or 20 or both to that market. So in that situation, bioequivalence is required, it's mandatory, or how it is, or biowaiver is unacceptable by BCS. Same time, if such medicines are there, then what generally referred RLD comes? It's from African RLD, from South Africa, or from Europe, or worldwide is accepted through ICH.
Right. So good question, Praveen. In fact, this is a very common question which is coming nowadays to me also. that now once if Madagascar will go to CTT doser, whether they will require BE or not. So as of today, BE is not required at all in this country. Number two, the reference country or the I would say is France. So there is a compilation of the list of medicine is called Vidal. So it's very easy. If the product is available or mentioned in Vidal, that means it has a faster way or easy way to register the product. Third question, let's say the product is not available in Vidal and it's a new combination or a new product for the country. So in those cases, we supplement the dossier with the list of countries where the product is registered. And number two, with a lot of clinical studies justifying or suggesting the need of this combination or how this combination or the product will benefit a local Malagasy population. So we augment our argument even when submitting the doses that yes, why we need this product, and if required, we go and discuss with the MOI on one-on-one basis and justify why this product is required for this country. So B is not required, but yes, if the product is new, if it is augmented with a lot of clinical data studies, this will really help to get the registration.
As sir, you are saying this is very common question. Of course, it should be common question because to prepare a dossier, if the company has to go through bioequivalence, then the dossier is going to be expensive. The total project is going to lead by even $80,000 to $100,000 for one to prepare one dossier, and the total process also with valid process validation and everything. It's a lengthy, means it takes more than even 12 months to 18 months sometimes. So that should be, of course, question to be asked, and we have also understand that it is good at least B is not required. So it's beneficial.
Pravinji, I would like to add one thing with what Mr. Shailesh has just said. Actually, there is a thing that is the combination. In fact, we have a lot of combinations here in Indian market, which are there. But if we try to come up with those combinations here in Madagascar, if we don't have the innovator reference of that particular combination, it is bound to be rejected.
Okay.
You just cannot register just about any combination here in Madagascar. You have to have the innovator reference for that particular combination. So
okay.
it's a sort of caution to all of our friends.
Okay, means if the molecule is individual, then still that is fine. But once we are going with combination, then we have to look for innovator.
Yes,
we have to have the innovator.
Yeah. Sorry, to add on what Mr. Nimesh is saying, that even so even at the time of filing or the dossier, so the first page is the application letter, where in this application letter you have to mention what is the reference product you are talking here. So let's say a simple product of, let's say, albendazole. So even if I'm putting a dossier for albendazole, I have to mention that this albendazole is referring to which albendazole of a reference product, maybe from GSK, maybe whatever, and they will take up from there.
Got it. So this is really very beneficial information we got related with regulatory. Now we should start with business. Let's collect some good, investment, and we'll move to Mr. Arpan to start some business and with the help of Nimesh sir. So Mr. Arpan,
yes, definitely.
If you have some question related with business and market.
Yes, of course. Whenever we talk about business in international market, one thing that first comes to our mind is the tender. So what should be the ratio in tender and private business as far as Madagascar is concerned?
Actually, this is a very good question because in many of the African countries, tender plays a very important role, and it's a majority of the business is tender business. You have already cited some of the countries' names like Ethiopia, and for that matter, even Mauritius also. But Madagascar is, as I said in the beginning also, Madagascar is entirely different from Africa. So the tender business is 10%, and the other trade business is 90%. Madagascar is a prescription-driven market. So tender is also from the government agency, but it is minuscule. That is 10% approximately only.
Great.
Arpanji, to add on,
I have a
to what
question
Ni-
from yes, Shailesh, please continue. Please
Yeah.
continue.
So to add on to what Nimeshji has just mentioned about tenders, even in this 10%, which government is taking care of the tender, so the tender body, which is known as Salama, is taking care of the distribution of the medicine across the public sector here. So even this 10%, it depends on the funding. So if, let's say, if the funding is not there with Salama, then again, they will not procure the medicine. So again, that
Yes,
gives an opportunity of pharma, to the private companies.
Actually,
So
actually,
yes,
sorry, Shailesh.
go ahead, sir. You can go ahead, sir.
Yeah, as he said that funding, let me tell you something that it's only 4% of the GDP which government spends on health spending. So I thought it is pertinent to tell you about the percentage of the GDP also which the government does on healthcare. So Salama is almost always strapped of cash. So the tender business is very dicey here.
Right. In fact, and my next question is has come from one of the B Pharma students of a university in Kolkata. In fact, he's asking me that what is the scope of a fresh B Pharma pass out as far as securing a pharma job in Africa, or for that matter, Madagascar or Mauritius is concerned, for a fresh B Pharma graduate?
No, for a fresh B Pharma graduate, I would like to say that it is always better to acquire some experience of pharma business in India first, and then move on to international market, because international market poses its own challenges and things to the freshers. So if a person is not well versed with the nitty-gritties of the pharma selling, it will be very difficult for him to adjust in the new atmosphere altogether away from his home. So it is better to acquire some experience in the Indian pharmaceutical industry, and then he or she can opt for international market.
And
Let
Arpanji,
me
to
add
add on what
something
Nimeshji
here.
is saying, to add on with Nimeshji is saying, the another aspect of this is man management, which is the critical aspect in international business. So if a person is
Absolutely.
having a lesser experience or having a nil experience of man management, again, it will be very challenging role for him to establish himself in the country. Because, here in international, we know that we have to manage local people. So unless we don't have that minimal skills of managing people, it becomes very difficult to, integrate into the country even, and then taking business ahead.
Moreover, to add on to Mr. Shailesh, in fact, it is not at a medical representative level we are looking at international market, because normally we enter international market at a minimum regional managers level, because we will be managing teams. Mr. Shailesh really pointed out a very valid reason for first having information, first having experience in the Indian pharmaceutical industry, and then move on to, because man management is the first thing which you will be doing in African continent.
Here, I would also like to add something. Recently, we have noticed that even one of the biggest authorized from Nagpur University, it is or authority body, I'm not sure, because I do not have exact name in my mind, but we have studied and we have given one presentation also that there is a big gap between academy and practice. So if the person who is just going to complete or completed B Pharma and sudden he is coming in practice, the chances is there to get failure. And once you get failure, then again, it's not like every stone. Career is entire a rubber ball. It will jump at least 7 to 10 times before settling down. But why to take such chance like a glass ball? Once you broke, then broke. So better, even I suggest personally that start something to learn in Indian market. One more thing which I have noticed recently, even I was not too mature that time, but yes, I think presently I'm okay. I understand things better. So we hired freshers from management colleges up to 6 months. They are not coming up from their student life. That is the biggest fact which I have noticed in last 10 to 15 students, new joinee, I should say, not students, new employee, new joinee. Their attitude, their disciplined approach is completely like they are in college, they are in master's college. If with such discipline, such attitude, you are going in international market where cultural gap is there, language gap is there, even food style is completely different, your geological difference is there, it may you are going to get multiple challenges at a time. So better start some career in India. Definitely there is a huge scope in African market, Southeast Asia, even European market, as well as Salesher has started from Africa and has jumped to Canada, means scope is up to Canada. Wait for right time, right call, right switch. That is our personal suggestion. Up to Nimesh sir or Salesher if they want to add something on my points.
No, Pravinji, you rightly pointed out, the most important aspect about any job is adaptability to the environment. So if we are not adopting the local thing, local environment, it becomes lot of challenges. I remember, back in my initial days, it was my first week in Kenya, and I analyzed the sales aspect of various geographical regions of Kenya, and I asked one medical rep that you are going to this place for since last 4 years, and I see hardly there is any growth visible in terms of unit sale. Forget value sale, unit sale. So what can be the reasons? And I know he bluntly told me upfront that, Mr. Kapadia, what do you know about Kenya? And I was like, yes, I was shocked. I say yes. And then I say, okay, gentlemen, thank you for enlightening me with this idea that now let me go deeper and then come back to you after 3 months, and we will have the same discussion after 3 months.
Sir,
Yeah, I love the accent of Shailesh ji. What do you know about Kenya? So this is exactly the accent which they speak, and wonderful. So not only
so
are you
this
carrying the flavor of Africa, you are carrying the accent of Africa as well. So that's wonderful.
so
Many times,
this
what
we have
happened,
discussed
it
till
happens even to us, even in our communication. Even let's say me and Nimish, we are talking sometimes. Even we have some of the French word it always comes in our language, and even in sometimes during our communication, it is always like this. So this really indicates that we imbibed the French culture somewhere in our own lives also, and that is
that's
why surviving for more than 8 years in Madagascar, I had survived, or I'm still surviving, doing some activities in Madagascar.
sir, sir, we have to understand one more thing. Till now we have discussed about a fresher. That's fine. If we have the people are at 7 to 8 year experience, and they are on level of ABM or RBM. So what is the option and opportunity they are going to get in Madagascar? Parallel. This is about business. Like the people who are working in plant, they could be from supply chain management, QA, QC, production, packaging. The many things are there. So any opportunity for them also in Madagascar to get any job, how they should approach?
Okay. Now coming to your second part of the question first, this QC and packing, etc., is definitely not the things to be looked in Madagascar because we hardly have any production facility here.
Okay.
So as far as marketing and sales is concerned, you can definitely opt for Madagascar, and for that matter, any African country, because the growth opportunities are immense. Now, coming to this, if you have a fair experience of man management and you have fair set of skills, then you can definitely go in for Madagascar or any other African country. There are many Indian companies which are coming in Madagascar. There are, and after this session, I'm sure that many more will be trying to come also. So, so, so this presents a very good opportunity. The only the one thing which I would like to tell about Madagascar, or for that matter, any African country, most of the people who come to Africa, they come with a preconceived notion that the Africans don't know anything. We are the only people who know everything. This is definitely a big mistake which anybody can do. Let me tell you that in my team, 80% of the people are MBBS doctors, my medical representatives.
True, true.
I am nothing in front of them. To be very frank with you, I have no qualms in accepting that. But most of the people who come to Africa, they think that no, Africans are like we are superior than African people. So they try to be. I should not say this, but they try to think themselves superior to them. But it should never be the case, because let us understand one thing, that we are coming to them for work. They are not coming to us for work.
True.
We are in their country. So we have to respect them. And one thing which I like about Madagascar and other African countries, they are very, very, very respectful.
True.
If you give an iota of respect to them, they will give you an ocean of respect.
True.
Let me tell you this. So please remove that notion from your mind before coming to Africa, that you are in any way superior to them.
True.
You are coming to their country, they are not coming to your country.
Right, sir.
You must
Soon
understand.
We are coming. Soon we are coming.
Yes.
This is very nice interaction session. We'll run with the time capacity also, and here I'll just move to Mr. Arpan with his call.
Yes. Thank you so much, Praveenji. In fact, one of the most interactive and engaging sessions that we have had as far as the global conclave is concerned. And today we touched upon not only Africa, but Madagascar and Mauritius as well, as far as pharma marketing and regulatory is concerned. And I think this interactive session, the Q&A session that we had, I think whatever doubts were there in the minds of our audience, I think they have put it at rest, and they have cleared it all with wonderful answers that you have put in. And I think both Nimish ji and Shailesh ji will be receiving a lot of calls from people who are very enthusiastic in shifting their career to the international level, more specifically into Africa, Madagascar, or Mauritius. And this session must be an eye-opener for many of them as far as doing business is concerned. And at the same time, I think many pharma companies who are still not set up their business in Africa must be eyeing you as well. So that you might also get some calls from them, whether you are interested to do business from their company as well. So overall, I think this has been a very wonderful session. So now, as customary, I'll first come over to Shailesh ji. Shailesh ji, I think this is your second session on LPC. So what has been your learning, or what is your take home from today's LPC 147?
Thanks, Arpanji. You know, as always, LPC has, anytime when LPC call me, I'm always available. Only sometimes, yes, we used to do, we want to do one good big session on Canada, but obviously we will do possibly in the coming month. definitely. But LPCs always help, personally to me. And I know after doing a lot of 2 or 3, I think this is my third session. I used to get a lot of connections and lot of, appreciations on LinkedIn and on personal WhatsApp. So definitely, I'm really helpful and thankful in a way to be associated with LPC and really open to help any of our viewer participant in whatever way I can help to them. So thanks again for giving this wonderful opportunity.
So thank you, Shailesh. In fact, we are also very thankful and grateful to you for sharing such a lot of information, your insights, and of course, your experience in the international market to our audience. And I think the audience have gained a lot through your question and answers. Now I come over to Nimish ji. So Nimish ji, what has been your take home today, or what has been your learnings from today's session on LPC 147?
Arbanji, in fact, I have been on LPC. This is my second time on LPC.
Second one.
Actually, I was there as a panelist, as a moderator or a panelist earlier also, and that too with Mr. Shailesh only. So somehow we are somehow we are together. And in that session, if I'm not mistaken, it was Mr. Manish Kanpekar also when he talked about his book also. So I was a part of that LPC session also. Now, having said that, it is not that I have participated one time or two times. I have been a regular participant as an audience for LPC. I personally think that LPC is doing a wonderful job, and I would like to felicitate. I would like to say my thanks to the executive committee members of LPC, who are doing a very good job of imparting knowledge of various on various issues pertaining to our industry, and it's untiring their untiring efforts, which I see on a day-to-day basis. So I would like to thank LPC to consider me as a part of LPC, this beautiful platform. And as Mr. Shailesh said, that he is always available. I'm also always available for any kind of help required from LPC or from anybody from our industry. We have our WhatsApp number. If somebody wants to contact us, our WhatsApp numbers are always there. So please don't hesitate.
Thank you so much.
Yes, definitely. Yes, I think the headhunters are going to be following you. Absolutely. Yes, Nimiji, thank you so much for such wonderful insights. In fact, LPC is slowly but surely going to become a Kapil Sharma show. In fact, if you are in pharmaceutical and if you have not been associated with LPC, well, you haven't done justice to being in the pharmaceutical industry. So slowly but surely, we are heading towards that if you are anywhere in the world associated with the pharma industry, then the next question is, have you been to LPC? Well, if the answer is yes, well, you have done justice to what you are doing. So that's really wonderful. Thank you so much, Nimishji. And next I come over to Praveenji, who has been a stalwart as far as international or global marketing is concerned. So what has been your learnings today, Praveenji?
If you will really ask about just today's learning, so I have understood about Madagascar. The fact I'm DGM as a business development manager for Africa, Southeast Asia, Latin America. But the fact was also true that I was not much aware about Madagascar. That is one thing. Second, the situation handling. Yes, as Mr. Nimesh Bhatnagar was talking about, what you think about Africa. The fact, yes, most of the people think in that way, but somehow I was out of the part. I always treated people like, as a humanitarian. Once we are
this is why you are here. You are where you are.
Thank you so much. It's my pleasure. It's my pleasure to hear from you. We have noticed that also. If even a petrol pump person, filling station person, you just greet. You are making his day. And the challenge, it's just I'm sharing in take home place. I was working in East Africa, and I was almost 650 kilometers away from my headquarters. And somehow I was driving that day because driver was not available, and my this silencer of the car got damaged on the road. I just stopped and I was looking like, what is the option? It was fraction of second, just 10 to 15 seconds. I was just thinking. Two gentlemen came. They were working on road, and he didn't ask even to me like what happened or what. Just he entered me beneath the car. He brought one iron wire also from somewhere. He towed up very good way, and after that he came out. He said, "Sir, you are moving to headquarters." So I said, "Yes. I think you can reach by this system, but yes, tomorrow you must meet mechanic." So these the people of Africa.
Absolutely,
I
absolutely.
was trying to give some cash to him. He denied. No. Then finally, I had some Indian, sweets and some what Gujarati called khafra. So I gave to him and I gave water also. He greeted me, and yes, this session is once again reminded me that you should be how much you polite you could. That is the most. So thank you so much, Nimesh.
Humility is the key. Humility is the key.
True, true. Thank you.
Wonderful, Praveen ji. In fact, this gesture is something which is unparalleled, and that is
True.
why it has etched a permanent mark in your heart, and that's why you are able to remember this. So I always say that some moments remain in our heart as memories, and this is one of those moments about which you were narrating. This is where we come towards the fag end of this LPC 147 session. And it's time for me to say thank you to our speakers, our panelists, and of course, our wonderful audience. And at the same time, it's time for me to extend our gratitude to Imagica Health, who have been such a wonderful support partner as far as learning and sharing is concerned. Now, we are still not over with COVID, so a small note of caution as to maintain SMS, sanitization, mask, and social distancing. And since we have only one planet at hand, so let us keep our environment clean and green so that we can gift our next generation a very green planet, which is free of pollution and having an excellent environment. So towards the end of this session, I generally narrate a story. And today, in fact, Praveenji's last few lines about the heart-to-heart connect takes me to today's story about the difference between a need and greed. In fact, there was a king who was never happy because every time he thought of becoming happy, he felt that he was not having something which led to his sadness. And when the king was very sad, he thought, okay, let me try to find out in my kingdom if there is anyone who is actually happy. So the king disguised himself and went out in his kingdom and tried to find out whether there is any person who is very happy. So he wandered and wandered and wandered throughout the kingdom, and he actually was not able to find a person who was really happy because everybody was having some thought, was having some unhappiness, having some unpleasantness, which led to the happiness evading that person. But after 7 days, while he was returning back to his kingdom, he found a man singing and whistling around. So the king got very inquisitive and then just tried to follow this person to find out who this person is. And after following this person, he found that he is a very, very poor farmer who doesn't even have his own piece of land. In fact, he used to farm on a zamindar's piece of land, but at the same time, he used to be very happy. He used to sing songs. He used to whistle. Seeing this, the king was really amazed that this poor man, how is it possible that he is so happy? When I, being the king, I am not at all happy. Well, the king came back to his kingdom. He immediately called his panel of ministers and told him that I went far and wide in this kingdom to search for a person who is really happy. I couldn't find any rich man who is happy. But on the seventh day, I found this poor farmer who didn't even have his own piece of land. He was whistling and singing and appeared to be really happy. Now this minister said that, yes, your highness, I know this man. He is really happy because he is very satisfied. That is why he sings and whistles and everything. Now the king said, give me an idea. how to make this man unhappy. Well, this was the cue. Now this minister said that, sir, I know a way in which I can make this person unhappy. So that night, the minister went and planted just outside this poor man's hut a bag of gold coins. Now, next day morning, when this poor farmer opened his door, he was shocked to see a bag lying out there. Immediately, he opened the bag and saw it was full of gold coins. He was overjoyed. But then he started counting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The counting went on. It stopped when he reached 99. He once again started counting from 1, and his counting stopped when it was 99. He was bewildered. He was surprised. He was astonished. He thought that, why is it 99? It should have been 100.
100.
There must be a person who has stolen away 1 coin from here. And he went about in search for that elusive 1 coin. From morning to evening, he searched for the coin. And then when he was not able to find it, he worked really hard so that he can earn 1 more coin to make that figure 100. But it was not so easy. And next, what the king saw, that this farmer had lost sleep over that 1 piece of coin that was missing. Dear friends, this is known as the 99 Club. Don't be a part of the 99 Club, because this 1 coin that is missing from this 99 Club will definitely make a century, but then it will never make you happy. Always remember that satisfying a need makes you happy, but trying to satisfy your greed makes you unhappy. So we need to understand the basic difference between need and greed. Whenever it's a need, we need to work for it and satisfy. But whenever it is a greed, it basically makes us a very scrupulous type of person. We are no longer honest because we are running after greed. So, dear friends, so that is what in fact Praveenji said, that when he offered money, when he offered a lot of things to those 2 wonderful gentlemen, they did not accept it because that was not a greed. The need was for Praveenji to get his car repaired, and that is what they did. And some sweets from India, which definitely brought a smile, because I always believe the only person who can make everybody smile is a sweet seller. And at that time, Praveenji was the person who gave the sweets and brought the smiles on the faces, and the water took away the tiredness that was within them. So, dear friends, let us bring a smile to everybody's faces, not with money, because money is an extrinsic benefit. Let us give them something worth remembering, which is very intrinsic, which is something very everlasting. So with this, we come to the end of LPC 147. It was a really enjoying, engaging, and entertaining, infotaining session. As I told, information and entertainment together. So thank you so much for joining us. And this is Arpan Kumar Paul telling thank you to all of you, with a promise of reconnecting with all of you next Sunday with a new set of speakers, with a new set of thought process, and a new set of experiences on other side of LPC 148. So thank you, goodbye, and have a wonderful Sunday. Namaste.
Thank you. Bonzo.
Thank you.
Namaste.
Thank you. Namaste. Namaste. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. So with your permission, shall I close this meeting?
Please. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. So from here now, I'm ending this meeting. Have a great evening, sir.
You too. You too. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.